Hey guys, this is Shonarelu. How's everybody doing today? Welcome! I am back and finally am doing recording, because after a long while, let me explain this before I continue this on. I haven't recorded in a long time because I've been so busy as the last week, and also trying to help out my family by this week. And by the time I actually is taking a break, I am now here, and now what do you think, Pikachu? Yeah, Pikachu's very happy to see me. Look at that face. Okay, so it's been a while, so I haven't even remember where we are. I think the last episode. Let's see here. Probably on the last episode. Oh, hello. On the last episode, I was actually talking about all the settings on this game. And showing you for what you have to do, what you can do, what you're supposed to do. And then by the time we actually got done with that one, I had to go into Mount Moon. And I only talked a little bit. I don't remember what we were discussing about it. But after all that, then that's when I actually end the video. And that's off screen, I actually battled a lot of trainers here on this first floor. So I haven't been to any other floors besides the first floor that I was actually doing it with you guys. And look at that! We, Team Rocket, are Pokemon gangsters. Gangsters? Gangsters? Well, I can actually see that because you have a fucking whip. Well, I'm not so sure about the gangster part because normally Team Rocket are supposed to be Pokemon thieves. In other words, they actually do lots of terrible things to Pokemon. They find them from the wild. They find them in the forest, in mountains. They even find them in trainers, their own Pokemon. And what they do is actually so foolish, and what they do is actually sell Pokemon for a higher price of money. And worst of all, they can also use them whatever they please, which is unacceptable for every selfish reasons. Oh God, it was very bad because I do not. In my case, guys, I'm gonna say this right now. Team Rocket is not really my favorite bad guys in the world. Actually, I know that sounds stupid of me, but I don't really like Team Rocket. I mean, I'm pretty much used to Jesse and James and Meowth, but that's pretty much beside the point. And that's the thing I don't really... I kind of do kind of like them, but there has been a lot of people that says, oh my God, if they're supposed to be Team Rocket, and they actually do a lot of bad choice and difficult things. So I'm like, yes, that's what they're made for. That's why they're a sorry excuse for Team Rocket. For someone who's been chasing after Ash for so many seasons to go after one not ordinary Pikachu. And obviously, they just don't know when to quit. But it's something I'm used to actually seeing Team Rocket for a long time, but when it comes around with with other Team Rocket, they're so original, is what I meant to say. Jesse, James, and Meowth are not pretty much original. And if you guys are thinking, well, what do you mean by that? What do I mean? Well, let's just say that someone like them is actually a little bit difficult to explain. Okay, Mega Punch. I do need to give Pikachu something else besides using Thunderbolt. So, you know what? I'm going to give him something for Mega Punch. I'm gonna get rid of Growl. I want to keep that, I want to keep Quick Attack and also T-Wave. If I don't feel up to using, if I don't feel up to using, Pikachu's, Mega Punch, then I can always get rid of it. We're pulling a big job here. Get lost, kid. Hey, I was here first, okay? Actually, no, they were there first. But here's the thing I don't understand about in this game. You notice that these Team Rocket have what they call a freaking whip, right? That's totally understandable because Team Rocket tend to have like one of those kind of like freaking weapons in order to God damn it. In order to them to um like other weapons to either like hurt or worse kill Pokemon. Okay, excuse me about that. I do apologize. Okay, so we got Elixir. Wow. So I don't really, I really understand why Team Rocket are actually doing that. And, most likely, a lot of people have not noticed that there has been a lot of bad guys that could actually do a lot worse to, Pokemon. And think about it this way. When you first watch your own episodes of Pokemon, and, you're thinking, oh, well, Pokemon is more likely sort of like Digimon. They can't die. Yes, they can. Unlike Digimon, Pokemon can necessarily die, either from being killed or in old age. Or even worse, having sickness. Pokemon are like animals. And other Pokemon that is actually like a plant-like or animal-like or electronic-like, you know what I mean? They are just like a real thing. They die. For Digimon, that they don't die because they can actually get reconfigured and turn into Digi-Eggs. Pokemon cannot. It's like a circle of life of our being of real world. There is life and death, and there is called born, live, and die. It's pretty much a natural way to do it. So, in other words, if you guys are thinking that when you're used to watching the old version of the Pokemon and how you think that Team Rocket cannot use weapons because that's like teaching our kids how to be violent to Pokemon. Not necessarily, because Pokemon are just like animals. They also get abused by people. Like, think about it, guys. They get abused by people. Animals are also like that, too. That's pretty much a normal basic. Because, people tend to actually use animals for their tools. Same thing with Pokemon. And if you think that Team Rocket are not any different to just abuse Pokemon and also sell them for selfish reasons, that's not really any different from the real world. The Pokemon Company pretty much is actually doing the almost like the exact same thing, except they're doing it in Pokemon. So, I'm just saying, guys, that if you guys got a little problem with Pokemon, you don't necessarily have to force yourself to keep watching them. I, for once, actually wanted to keep watching them because it's not really that violent. Because if you think that Pokemon are actually violent in the animation or in the anime that the Pokemon Pokemon creators invented in so many years, you couldn't be more wrong. If you want to talk violence, watch some kind of other anime that actually shows a lot of blood, gushing out blood, or even spewing out blood after getting sliced. Or even worse, having your head cut off, or parts of your body being cut off, or even see parts of the bone that has actually been chipped off and then falling out of your own body. That's violent. If you are talking about violence, watch the other animes, not just Pokemon. Because Pokemon have no violence. It's just one of those things that Pokemon dies. Rather it being used or forced or anything else like that. Pokemon don't necessarily die from any blood related, okay? It's not even practical. Yes, there are a lot of wounds, but at least they don't show about the body parts, about falling out of your body. and also like gushing out blood and then spewing out like a freaking garden hose. It's not practical because the Pokemon Company are trying to make sure that that what they make is actually children related. But it also teaches us a lesson about how we're supposed to take care of our creatures, our own animals, our own electricity, our own plants, things like that. It's called Lesson and Learn. I know that does not sound right, but think about it this way. Think about how like a lot of animals have been abused by a lot of people, and how animals cannot trust humans. They try to stay away from them. They started like living on their own, try to find some food, find some way to like find a shelter, or try to understand what they need to do. It's something like that, guys. Pokemon and animals are no different, because you're pretty much actually arguing to what's happened. Hey, stop! I found these fossils. They're both mine. Okay, wait. If they're both yours, why didn't you just grab them and run off? That's the thing I want to know. Why didn't you just grab them and run off? Because, in all honesty, that does not make any sense if you're just going to leave them there and say, oh, they both belong to me, so you can't have any. Like, seriously, come on, man. That is not how it works. But anyways, yeah, back to what I was talking about. Pokemon and animals are nothing different. They still get abused, they still get into fights, they still get loved, they still get betrayed, they still get abused, and we still feed and drink and live air and all that, okay? That's all the same thing. It's all in one world. We are born, we are live, and then when a time comes, we fucking die. If you want to talk violence about Pokemon dying most of the time of each of videos and movies, watch the other fucking anime. Have your children understand that Pokemon are not that violent. Because I am sick and tired of people actually saying that that Pokemon are violent. We'll each take one. No being greedy. No being greedy. Yeah, right. Okay, so, on that note, there are 2 fossils that we can only grab one. That's what he said. Before I continue this on, you have 2 choices. You can't take both. One, you can take the Dome fossil, which contains Kabuto. Or 2, you can actually take the Helix fossil, which is Omanite. If you cannot take both, you can also get the one to trade from your other game. Since you're on Pokemon Yellow, you can actually trade from either Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Yellow. It's one of those 2 choices that you can actually do. If you want to be able to complete your Pokédex, just like you have to do the trading in order to complete your Pokédex, you can get one of those 2, and then you can get the other one from the trade. So in this one, you can have either a Helix fossil, or you can have a Dome fossil. I, for one, will take the Dome fossil. Because guess what? I like Kabuto and its evolution much better than Omanite and its evolution. Do you want the Dome fossil? Yes, I do. Alright then. This is mine. Far away on Cinnabar Island, there's a Pokemon lab. They do research on restoring fossils. Yeah, it's what you said is very true, because, it's quite very far away, and I don't really think I'm gonna be able to get that Pokemon for a long time. But, I am thinking about using it. I mean, it's a matter of choice, but I haven't even decided yet. Okay. Moving right along. Stop right there. That fossil is Team Rocket's. Surrender now. Or prepare to fight. Yep. Yep. We are battling against Jesse and James. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's another funny note. I never actually thought you would actually battle against Jesse and James in Pokemon Yellow. I have heard, like, someone on YouTube that says that you could. And, actually, you can. You had to be. And, I never thought that you're gonna see Jesse and James in these kind of Pokemon games. Before any other games came out, especially, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and, they actually thought it would be a good idea to get Jesse and James into this game back then, and then all the way into the freaking Switch games. And guess what? Not only they got their own original Pokemon, but they're using Meowth as a freaking battler as well. Oh my goodness. Well, I know that Meowth is a Pokemon that actually walks and talks, but I never actually thought they were going to use Meowth in order to actually freaking attack us, because normally Meowth is supposed to be like the brains of all this operation. Like, think about it, guys. Meowth is supposed to be the brains of operation. And even back then when I first saw him, he could actually just use Fury Swipes. That's the only move he would actually know about that, since he is a talking, walking Pokemon that actually speaking human language and walk with a human body language. But never thought it actually, like, came across that he's going to be battling against Team Rocket, because pretty much in the originals, Scratch was the only thing that he could actually use. Our brat beat us? Team Rocket's blasting off again! Alright. So yeah, it's just one of those funny things that I always thought that maybe, like, Meowth is supposed to be the brains of the operation of their team. And never once I actually thought they were actually gonna have him to do the battling, you know? What do you think, Pikachu? Yeah, that's my boy. So, in other cases, I don't really know anymore. I mean, again, Meowth is supposed to be the brains. Well, Jesse and James are pretty much, sort of what you call a brawn, you know? Like, a brawn, like, not with their muscles, but I'm talking about, like, they make, so much bad choices. So, it's just really stupid of them in some weird ways. Okay, so this one is, Whirlwind. Not the really kind of freaking TM I actually want to use, because Whirlwind is pretty much, not really a good move in my case, you know? It's just gonna make your enemy Pokemon to either, like, blown away and then switch to another Pokemon, or better yet, if you don't want to battle a wild Pokemon, you can always, like, freaking get them away from you, as long as you're probably higher level than they are. So, in other words, it's not really worth it, in all honesty. It's not really worth it whatsoever. Doesn't look like there's anything here, besides just Pokemon. Okay, of course we got Spearow. That's, no coincidence. But I definitely will need to heal up my Pokemon. And also I need to, like, train up as much as I can, so... In other words, I'm gonna have to, like, do the level ups, out here in this, Whoa! I freaking hate it when that happens. Okay, so we're here in Cerulean City. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I'm trying to tell you guys, that if Pokemon is no different than real animals. We're all living in the same world, so it's pretty much all in the basic same thing, you know? What do you think, Pikachu? Yep, he agrees with me. Okay, guys, I think we're going to end off the video right here. So in the meantime, guys, please make a like down below and also subscribe. And if you want to comment to me, please feel free. Hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day.